Welcome to the Nerd Pow Wow. Follow us on YouTube where we upload new videos every Friday, or check us out on your favorite podcast platform. We're also live on Seraph the Host every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Spoiler warning, we do deep dives on characters, storylines, and theory crafting.
It's our voices with your imagination. Our theories take us down endless rabbit holes. We give our fellow nerds something to consider at the gaming table. Follow us as the Nerd Pow Wow.
And with that said, Darkwayne, what are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about Peter Parker, every person's favorite web-slinging superhero. Peter Parker started as a kid bitten by a spider and grew up into be a man. He's just, everybody knows Spider-Man. Everybody loves Spider-Man. My first encounter with Spider-Man was kind of similar to the X-Men, the animated series. And then obviously got comics, cards, watched the movies. It just, Spider-Man's Spider-Man. And I think he's an absolutely awesome character.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Well, which animated series did you discover him on?
Just the 1992 animated series. As far as the ones that have come out after that, I'm not too keen on.
I don't remember what the 92 one was, but that wasn't Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. That was earlier than that.
The 92 one was the one with the sick Aerosmith intro, right?
It was.
Yep,
yes, it was. I forgot about that.
Yep. So the one thing about Spider-Man that always stuck out to me as a kid, I'd always get embarrassed when the theme songs or anything like that would come on as a kid. Because, when I was a kid, my dad was listening to Slayer, Gwar, like all sorts of like metal and rock music, right? And so like music from like kids shows would always make me feel embarrassed that I was even watching it. But when Spider-Man kicked on and it had that badass music, I was like, no, this is pretty fucking cool. This is just as good as Slayer. I don't give a fuck. So I was completely, that was one of those shows as a kid. I remember like I was always just all about it. There was nothing embarrassing about watching it, that whole thing. So.
And the good thing about the animated series, it was actually pretty comic accurate. It had the Sinister Six. It had Kingpin. It had J. Jonah Jameson with Alistair Smythe creating Spider Slayers. It had all the different stuff. It had Madam Web. It had Green Goblin, Hobgoblin. It just had a whole cast of characters. It was really well done. But the comics are. I love what they did with the comics. They did. I think it was 1970 came out with the Clone. Call them kind of like the Clone Wars. But I think I didn't really care for the clones too much. But then they kind of geared away from that at some point, and I thought they did a really well job.
Still a ton of clones running around.
Many clones.
But yeah, I mean, that was like a whole thing. Well, those
for years.
It wasn't Hobgoblin. Who was the? It was
So it was
Who was the?
Jackal.
Jackal was the one doing all the clones.
It was a clone of Gwen Stacy that made an appearance, and then just the clones just took off for years.
Yeah, some of them though. I mean, like Ben Reilly, the other Spider-Man. There's been a few of them that I liked.
I love that story because I think in around 1970 is when the clone of Spider-Man came out, and then one of them died. And Marvel never really actually said if it was the clone or the actual Spider-Man that lived. And I think like 20 years later, that's when they decided, oh, Peter Parker's the clone. Ben Reilly's real.
Yeah.
But then they ended up figuring out that the Hobgoblin switched to DNA. Ben Reilly really was the clone, and then he died.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Me personally, the clones, not so much.
Yeah.
Kimchi was talking about Cosmic Spider-Man from Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, that's why that was his Captain Universe costume. That's one of my favorite costumes.
I'm gonna bring that up on the screen. I know you guys aren't as much into Magic the Gathering, but I'll talk a little bit about the card since he came up. And you guys, if you know much about the lore of the characters, we can talk about that too. But Cosmic Spider-Man, he's used in this format called Commander, where you are guaranteed to have this card in the ability to play it. So he starts off, he's one of every color in the Magic the Gathering color pie. So obviously he's kind of a little bit of everything. He's pretty powerful in all kinds of energy or power or whatever, right? So his abilities, he has flying, first strike, trample, lifelink, and haste, which all of these abilities just crammed onto one card is insane. Haste means he gets to attack as soon as he hits the board. Lifelink means he heals you. Trample means if you try and block him with something weak, he's just going to run right over it. First strike means he does his damage first, and then flying means he is evasive as hell. And then he has an ability at the beginning of combat on your turn. Other spiders you control gain flying, first strike, trample, lifelink, and haste. So he makes all of your other spiders do the same thing, which they recently did a Spider-Man set for Magic the Gathering. And so there's a ton of spiders that are released that people have been comboing with that card. And so it's just, it's an uncontrollable, little strong, powerful Magic the Gathering combo. And yeah. But yeah, has 5/5 for a body, which is pretty decent stats. And as Kimchi said, I hate. It is a powerful card.
He is pretty cool looking though.
Yeah,
I love that costume. It was one of my favorite costumes he had because he was pretty epic in the comics with the Captain Universe ability. You know, Captain Universe is like a force of nature that is where it needs to be. So a lot of different superheroes have been inhabited by I think they call it the Enigma Force or the something like that. But they become Captain Universe for a period of time. A lot of different superheroes have done it. And I play a fair amount of Magic. I haven't played in a while, but the Commander decks I've done a lot of, never the Spider-Man, but I've done a lot of Commander deck stuff. So it's fun stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. But, you're talking about the animated series. So I've known Spider-Man from the comics for a long, long time, but the original cartoon that I enjoyed was Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. It was Spider-Man, Iceman, and Firestar. And then the Hulk was part of the cartoon, but he wasn't in the thing. It was like there was Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and then the second half an hour was the Hulk. But neat little thing is Firestar was actually created for that cartoon. She later got put into the comics, but she was created for the cartoon because they couldn't get licensing rights for the Human Torch. So they created the Firestar to kind of be the Human Torch-like figure. It's kind of a neat thing. I knew that they created her for the cartoon, but I was unaware that it's because they couldn't get the torch. I just found that out today. I didn't know that was the what had happened there. Huh. But I like that cartoon a lot. To me, it was a very unique pairing. Or the grouping was weird. Spider-Man running around with Bobby Drake and Firestar Angela, and I'm like, I don't know, it was just strange. It was like it hadn't happened really in the comics much. They ran into each other, but they're all buddies, kind of hanging out and forming this little trio. It was kind of interesting. But I think Spider-Man's also been a member of just about every hero team in Marvel comics, with the exception of the X-Men, which honestly he arguably could be because he did mutate because of he changed his DNA. He did mutate. He wasn't born a mutant, but he was absolutely mutated.
I wonder if you would call him a mutant, though.
Well, I think the Sentinels answer that, and I think there was an episode of I think there was a Spider-Man the animated series where it crossed over with the X-Men '97 characters, and the Sentinel came up and was like, I think it recognized that Spider-Man wasn't a mutant, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're right. Yeah, it was I remember that, and I remember as a kid, it's like, oh, it's the same voices, like. All the X-Men that played in that episode all had the same voices from the X-Men the animated series. So of course, as a young kid, I'm like, oh, it's awesome.
Yep.
I wish they would have done more like that.
Yeah. Absolutely. In the comics, they distinct between mutants and mutates is what their thing is. A mutant is born with the X gene, and the mutate is someone who was mutated. But scientifically speaking, like in real life, he is absolutely a mutant. I mean, you don't have to be born mutant to be mutated. So, but they did distinguish that kind of stuff in the comics. But yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of Spider-Man. I think one of my favorite things is that he most of the time he keeps this like aloofness, his quips, his quick wit. He kind of has a taunt about him. You know what I mean? I'm assuming or I would think that he was like aggravating as hell to his opponents because he just won't shut up. He's just always has something to say. I've even seen that with his team ups with the Avengers. Like some of them are just like, stop talking, just stop talking.
I think it lends well to his fighting style, right? Because you can't hit the guy. He's slippery as hell. He's so agile. Yeah. Like, he knows you're going to swing before you swing. What's more frustrating? And then on top of that, he's running his mouth the entire time. It's you're crashing out, so you're attacking more, you're missing more. I mean, just imagine taking a swing at the guy and hitting the wall behind him. Like, damn it!
Would you shut up? Yeah, and there's different mutations with Spider-Man. Speaking of that, that's why the X-Men were in the animated series. Because he was seeking out Professor X because his mutation was over-mutating. He was turning into like a man spider. He was actually losing his powers from time to time. And what's
interesting about that is I just finished watching Spider Noir, or the Noir Spider. I kind of rescind my original opinion about it. I watched the first couple episodes and I did not like it. It was very slow. It was just, I don't know. It just didn't grab me. But I was like, it was late the other night and I was like, all right, I'll
finish it.
Spider-Man. And I got into like the third or fourth episode and it hooked me and it was good. And the way that Ben Riley, it's Ben Riley and that is not Peter Parker. Oh. But the way he is infected is he is bitten by a human that is being experimented on in a German camp in World War II. He was a soldier and he was rescuing them, and the guy is completely, like, partially converted into a spider. Half of his face is spider. He's got a spider abdomen in his thing, some legs at the side, and he's already too far gone. He bites Ben, and that's how he becomes Spider-Man or Spider Noir. It was interesting. It was a different kind of whole different take. I didn't know that. I haven't read the Noir in the comics or anything. I've just kind of knew him from Into the Spider-Verse and a lot of the crossover Spider Universe type stuff.
I like they let you watch it in black and white if you want, or color. They give you two options.
Yeah.
I heard like a watch guide says it's best to watch the first 3 episodes in black and white, and then like the 4th episode in color, the 5th in black and white, and then the rest in color. I guess is the best visual way to watch the show. At least that's what's been said online.
Did he explain why?
I think because the first 3 episodes, you're just more getting a feel for it, and the cinematography kind of lends a little bit better towards black and white. The 4th episode, there's a lot of popping colors that kind of, I don't know, bring the story out a little bit more. The 5th episode, I think, is more of an origin story, so it's better in that black and white. And then the rest, because of the action, you want to see more of it. The color really pops for it. So,
okay, that makes sense.
I just turn black and white whenever he puts the costume on. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't think there's a wrong way to watch it. I think whatever way you're going to enjoy it the most is the best way to watch it. But my plan of watching it is I'm going to follow that guide and see how it goes. I did watch the first episode, and I have to say I am impressed how they filmed it in black and white, at least, because that's what I watched is black and white, and like I can tell that they really care about this the black and white aspect of it while they were filming. But Nicolas Cage was like, hey, there are kids going to be watching this, and not all kids can tolerate black and white. So let's also record this in color. So it was his idea to do it both ways and release it both.
That's probably a smart idea.
I think it's genius. It's a very good.
What was that movie from the 90s that was all black and white?
Sin City.
That's it. Yes.
I wouldn't call it all black and white, but yeah.
It was black. No? Yeah, I get it. There were colors that popped out, like the like orange or yellow man, whatever he was.
Yeah, that in certain kinds of blood and things like that had color in it.
Like a tie.
And it wasn't like true like grayscale black and white either. It had like a film grain kind of color to it in a way. It was a little different.
Yeah. I get that, but it's a really good way to do a modern movie in black and white. And I say modern when it's like 20 years old, but
I love Sin City. Yeah, I love that movie.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, that's
highly
very
recommended.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. But I like I'm not put off by black and white. I just enjoy color better when I have a chance to watch it in one. I'm going to watch it in color.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
but I'm not like anti black and white things. Even like in Sucker Punch, they had certain scenes went black and white and stuff like that. That's a movie that a lot of people didn't like, and I greatly enjoyed.
Oh, I liked it.
I
thought
really
it was really
liked
good.
Punch. But yes, but Spider-Man. I mean, he's kind of always been a staple. I do think sometimes that they try to kind of age him because I mean he's not a kid anymore.
No,
and
he's
sort of try to like mature him a little bit, and they had him be a big part of like the Future Foundation. And he founded like Parker Technologies. They did all kinds of things, and they're making him a little more Reed Richards-esque. But then it doesn't do well, so they always kind of revert him back to the fast quipping Spider-Man. Although, go ahead.
I was when they brought in Tom Holland. I think they were able to go back to when he was a kid. Because Tom Holland's obviously not a kid, but he looks young.
That's my favorite Spider-Man. I think he is. Not that I didn't enjoy the other two. I liked them a lot. Yeah. But he just feels like Spider-Man. Even when he's just like that, kind of like insecure, unsure type thing. Because Spider-Man in comics never really feels like he fits in. Like he doesn't ever stay with a team because he doesn't feel like he fits in. He's got this like. Like he's just a little on the outside, and I think that's much better portrayed by
Tom Holland.
Yeah, I think he does a really good job of that.
Well, that was my problem with Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield is like this pretty boy. I'm like, that's just not Spider-Man.
But I would say he's a very good Spider-Man, not a great Peter Parker. And I would say the opposite about Tobey Maguire. But I think Tom Holland is great at both.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Tobey Maguire thing is funny because the first two Tobey Maguire movies I liked a lot, but the whole Venom thing when he's dancing down the street and
and he's got his hair slicked over. I like that part.
An alien symbiote made him a smarmy asshole. I'm like, no, what?
It's so good. It's so good.
I hated it. It was like a parody. If it had been a comedic Spider-Man movie, I might have enjoyed it. But as an actual Spider-Man movie, I'm like, oh, this is bad.
And they fit so much into that movie too. They had to throw it. They had to make him like that. You'd make him an asshole, sure, but not. I don't know. I agree. They could have done that a little better.
Yeah, and then they make Venom the scrawny little nerd.
Oh, that's right.
Like what? I mean, and I really liked it. I like Topher Grace. I think I enjoy watching that guy as an actor. I like him, but not as Venom. My God, what are you talking about? Ugh.
Well, what do we think about Tom Hardy Venom?
I really like Tom Hardy's Venom. I think it works.
I wish there was Spider-Man, but I like it. I like him in the role.
I like Tom Hardy's Venom, and arguably it would be really hard to make comic book Eddie Brock in a movie, because comic book Eddie Brock is kind of a dipshit. He's not smart. He's not like he's very dim. He's very dull-witted. So, and that's part of what fuels his rage is because he wants to be better than he is, but he's just not. Eddie Brock is not a well-rounded character. He's gotten better much later in the comics, but for the first however many years, I don't know how you'd make a movie and have anybody want to see that guy. With Venom, he was great, but as the combined creature, and that's another thing. Like when they're doing the we, I like that they finally hit that up in the Venom with Hardy, as he always spoke we. He spoke in the plural. I always thought that was good in the comics.
Not just
that Mary Jane is Venom right now, right? She has the Venom suit.
Yep.
Yeah. That's just so weird.
I know.
That's just so weird.
They do that a lot where they take the romantic interest and give them superpowers. I mean, they've done it just about every.
They did it with Gwen Stacy too, right?
Well, I mean, that's Spider-Gwen, but yeah, she.
Oh yeah, Spider-Gwen. See, yeah, they did
alternate universe, but Yeah, but I mean, they've done it with Betty Ross became the Harpy. She's a Hulk-like creature called the Harpy, and I know Lois Lane has gotten Spider-Man or Superman powers, and all of the really like classic superhero love interests.
Oh, Bobby Bones is here.
Bobby Bones.
Stuck with what works. Excel. So it's fair.
Yeah.
So did Jimmy Olsen ever become a superhero?
He got powers.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, but it was brief. What were his powers? I forget what it was.
Superman's powers didn't transfer to him for a short time, did they?
Oh yeah, what's that? Say that again.
Superman's powers didn't transfer to Jimmy Olsen for a short time, did they?
I don't remember. I remember he became Elastic Lad. He drank a serum, and he had like basically a Plastic Man's thing. I remember that one. I don't know when he became Super Demon and Super Brain. I don't know that one, but he drank serums for that. He just different things.
Yeah,
I did like the version of him in the Arrowverse when he became Guardian and had that like the armor and that shield. That was kind of interesting. I like that version of Jimmy Olsen. I kind of thought that fit the Arrowverse very well. I like that guy.
And go back to I guess symbiotes. I thought Woody Harrelson played an amazing Cletus Cassidy. I liked him in that role. He was just crazy like Cletus is, and he played it very well, in my opinion.
Yeah, you see that.
But that's Woody Harrelson, right?
Woody Harrelson,
Yep. There's not much I wouldn't like to see him in. I think he does a good job as an actor. He's underrated.
I agree.
Was it Something Killers he was in? But he plays the psycho role pretty well. Born Killers, or I'm trying to think what the name of that show is.
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers. That's it.
Very
yes.
That's a phenomenal movie.
Yep.
He plays Zombieland.
True. Zombieland too. Yep.
You got a double tap.
Him and Julia Lewis both did just a phenomenal job in that movie. I don't know. Yeah.
Trying to take a quick break. Bobby Bones has a question and talking about off-brand characters, and I think we've done off-brand characters in the past.
Yeah.
Dr. Manhattan would be would be a very good.
Oh yeah, that dude hangs meat all day.
Oh, he sure does.
We did the superheroes that were like not in the comics, like just like original superheroes. But yeah, I think we could do maybe some more off-brand stuff too. Absolutely.
Yeah, because Watchmen is a very good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they're no longer off-brand. DC added them to the main DC universe now.
Did they?
So they're part of the DC universe. It happened, I don't know, maybe 7-8 years ago or more.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're running around in DC Comics. They had crossovers as like from like different universes, but now they're mainstream, which really messes me up with Dr. Manhattan being in that Main Street comic because he's kind of the solution to
everything.
Anything.
Yeah.
We could talk about Mystery Men. That'd be a good one to bring up.
Oh, I loved Mystery Men. That was hilarious.
Great, yeah.
Underplayed movie. What's her name? Who's the girl that was in the header, the skull in the bowling ball? Yeah, I think she's great, but I never see her anymore.
No,
like she kind of just dipped. She was kind of big for a minute, but I really like Janeane Garofalo.
I think a lot of actors a lot of female actors, they get in this age range where nobody in Hollywood will hire them. That's changed a little bit in more recent years because we have Netflix that, there's lower budget stuff that you'll see some of these older female actors in now. But for a long time, like if you got to a certain age, Hollywood just kind of kicked you off,
It's true.
Yeah, it's sad.
Well, she's a voice in the Stranger Things Tales from '85.
I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is making appearances. Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox. So they're taking older actresses now.
Yep.
Yeah, Courtney Cox has been in a few different things.
Yeah.
But what's funny about her is that sometimes she's kind of unrecognizable. Like I was like, holy shit! I realized that I'm watching it. I'm like, holy shit, that's Courtney Cox.
There was one show she was in. It was a haunted house that her and her family lived in. Oh man, I forget what that's called, but you couldn't tell it was her.
Yeah, the one where she'd gotten like made some kind of deal with
Yes.
Yes, I saw the previews for that, and was going to watch it, but then I heard that it got canceled and didn't really end, and I avoid shows like that like the plague. I can't stand when something just ends, and yeah.
Yep.
Did you guys ever read the Spider-Man when he got a hold of Kingpin in prison?
I've seen the panels.
Yeah.
I actually sent you one of the panels that I just loved, and he doesn't even go in costume. He's like, I don't want you to think that this is Spider-Man. It's like, this isn't Spider-Man. This is Peter Parker kicking your ass in front of everybody.
Off of him.
Yeah, I mean, he like no holds barred, like showing that for as badass as Kingpin can be, but he's only a peak human. He doesn't have what Spider-Man has. Oh man! And then and then he at the very end, in front of all the prisoners, he's like, I could just fill your entire lungs with webbing if I wanted to. Just make it that easy, and he'd just die.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, don't come after Aunt May's Peter's family, man.
No.
Fuck you up.
Yeah, it's
for the longest time, Spider-Man, I'd be like, why the fuck does he always run out of his web shooters, right? Like, wouldn't you have like extras on you? Wouldn't you like be prepared? Like, that's life-saving juice that you keep on you. Like, what? Why is he always running out? What? All the time. I never understood that as a kid. Well, now that I'm a type 1 diabetic as an adult,
I totally understand.
I'm like, look at this little cartridge of life-saving fluid that I have. I better not run out while I'm out in public, but man, wouldn't you know it? It is a pain in the ass to remember sometimes, and sometimes I'll run out and have to run home. So, you know what? You live, you learn, and you see sometimes you're a little bit more like your heroes than you expected you would be.
I know there's some Spider-Man that actually make the webbing.
Oh yeah,
it's organic, not with web shooters.
Yeah, those are the non-diabetic Spider-Man.
That's right. they produce webbing.
Yeah.
The Courtney Cox show I was mentioning earlier is called Shining Veil.
Shining Veil.
Yeah, Shining
Veil is a series. Aired from 2022 to 2023, 2 seasons. It did kind of just leave off, and it could have gone over.
I wanted to watch it, but because I love that there was a reel going around where she's sitting with that kind of hippie-ish rocker-looking kid who obviously has something to do with mysticism, and she's explaining what happened, and he's like, you see the fear building on his face as he's realizing what he's like, wait, you didn't do this, did you? She's like, well, and he's like, oh fuck. Yeah.
You guys played any of the Spider-Man video games?
No,
I have not.
I'm not big on superhero superhero games for the most part.
It's been years since it might have been PlayStation 3. Whatever Spider-Man game came out for that. It's the last one I played.
I feel a lot of superhero games tend to be button mashers, and I'm just not a button masher fan. Like something like what do you call it? What's the Friend Sim one? The one we've talked about it a million times.
Friend Sim?
Yeah, superhero. It's got magic. The main character is not a real character. She's the daughter of the antagonist. Midnight Suns.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, like, that I really enjoyed. But most of I tried playing, like, the Batman ones, like Arkham Asylum and that kind of thing. And I just feel like it's a lot of button mashing. And, and you get into a sequence where you're hitting these certain buttons and the character's kind of doing what it would do anyway. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm in complete control of the action. I just meh.
I liked Arkham Asylum. I did like that one.
I love the storyline and the art is gorgeous, but I just didn't like the gameplay. I felt like it was like I was just kind of going through the motions, and the game would have done that anyway for the most part.
Well, that might be what the Wolverine game coming up. I think it's going to be a button masher.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very excited for it.
The old school ones with like the side scrollers, those were fun.
Right.
The original X-Men game, there was a 4-player in the arcade, and
yeah,
Colossus.
Yeah, those were, or even the fighting ones I enjoyed. Like X-Men versus whatever. Those ones were fun too.
Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those were always fun. Seraph and I knows about the on the Dreamcast playing Marvel versus Capcom 3.
Yep, absolutely. I missed those days.
That's all I ever did was button mash. I very rarely knew the combos. I just.
You guys both have Dreamcast?
No.
I used to have a Dreamcast.
We would play it over at Wayne's house. I'd play it.
Yeah.
I'd only play it then, so Wayne would be able to beat the bricks off me. But I'd catch up pretty quick.
Yeah.
What was your favorite Dreamcast game?
Oh, you know what? I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's one I played the most. Was Crazy Taxi. I played the crap out of that game.
Yeah. A Jet Grind Radio was such an amazing game, and it didn't get a lot of play, but it was, the music score was unmatched, and the whole game was just, you are a skater and you have rival skating gangs, and you have to tag the city, so you have to like slide down a rail and tag things as you go by, and the other skater gangs would come after you. It was a really good game. So the art was really cool. It was a great. I loved that game. But
yeah, never even heard of that game.
Yeah, Jet Grind.
You've never even heard of that one, Wayne. You had it. Oh,
I have not.
Man. Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Jet Grind is a phenomenal game.
Yeah, Dreamcast is part of. There was anything that Sega put out, I bought, and then the Dreamcast came out, and I didn't get very many games at all. That was the last system they put out, isn't it? The Dreamcast.
Yes, I think of consoles.
Yeah,
I think that was the end of it.
Oh, we got some stats.
We have some stats on the screen, and we're going to see if you guys can figure out which one Spider-Man is based on the stats. This one might not be too hard. I didn't vet it too much.
Yeah, I would guess 3.
Yeah, I would guess 3 because I don't think it's 1 because he's very, very intelligent. And so number 2, the fighting skills are at 7, but he's got 1 energy. And Spider-Man's got a lot of energy.
Yeah, 2 intelligence. No, it's got to be 3.
Yeah, I'm thinking 3.
All right, this is you guys are gonna fight me on this one.
Oh no, we're wrong.
This is from Marvel. You guys are wrong. It's number
1.
It's number 1.
It's 1.
Yes.
Wow.
Number 2.
1 energy.
Can you guys guess who number 2 and 3 are?
I guess what Marvel world are they?
We've done deep dives on all of these characters.
Okay.
That's a
deep dive on someone who's more intelligent than Peter.
Yeah.
Or strength.
You guys are gonna riot it.
Yeah, I'm gonna call foul here.
All right. So
Colossus. Would Colossus be 3?
Nope.
Can't be that intelligent. No way.
I didn't think you would be, but he's that strong.
Pietro. Ileana. No.
But someone very, very intelligent that has incredible fighting skills and energy.
I mean, you could argue that Richards would have, like, Mr. Fantastic, but fighting skill 7, meh.
Nightcrawler?
Durability?
Wayne got it. Nightcrawler for number 3.
Okay.
What?
I knew it. I knew John was good.
Okay,
Nightcrawler is that
I love Kurt. He is not. I don't think Kurt's ever done a smart thing in the comics. He's not exactly known as the brainiac of the bunch.
No, he's obviously the blue intelligent character in the X-Men.
And would number 2 be Wolverine?
You got it.
I mean,
yes, I don't agree with that either, but
I could see number 3 being Beast.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Except, well, the energy for Beast, but
yeah.
Yep. Nope. Our man Spiderman is number 1, which I'm actually kind of pissed off that he's so low on most of those. Like,
yeah. Well, I guess energy. I guess it's not like. I guess endurance. I guess I'm thinking endurance with energy. So that makes sense that he doesn't have much energy.
I think
he really doesn't.
Yeah, I think that it's just mainly the middle 3 that are crap.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's in the 10-ton range for strength. There used to be a classification, and he's in the 10-ton range. So if 10 tons, is 4, and you think about 10 tons up against a lot of the superheroes in Marvel, that's pretty average. I mean, that's not exceptionally strong. So his intelligence is much greater than his strength when it comes to comparing, comparing to other characters in the Marvel universe. I mean, he was part of the Future Foundation. He's running around with Richards and Banner, and like, come on, that's wildly.
I guess we know who's copying off of Richard's homework.
Curiosity's
I'm just
sake,
debating Moiraibane at this point.
Does the Marvel website have the Kingpin stats?
Ooh, that's a good question. If they do, I'll put them up there.
The Kingpin should be very, very strong. That's very interesting. I didn't really watch the Batman animated series, as Bobby Bones says down here. Did you guys watch that?
Oh, I love the Batman animated series. They didn't care about like really fucking you up as the viewer too. Like they were like, hey, we're fine with messing the kids up. I remember Robin had a girlfriend in one of the episodes that was just a part of Clayface. And you got to watch Robin's girlfriend get reabsorbed into Clayface. Wow. They didn't pull any punches. I think Harley Quinn was originally from Batman the Animated Series. I think that was original character for that too.
Huh.
But they did good.
I'm not the only one's a little rage baited by those stats. I'm finding like-minded souls on the internet.
Moiraibane's like, this is crap. I need to look at how dumb they are. I need people to tell me how dumb they are.
Like it's that literally he's regularly shown to be on par with Stark or Richards.
Yeah.
In his fighting, like I'd forgotten this. He was formerly trained by Shang-Chi, arguably one of the best fighters, skill set wise, in all of Marvel comics. And he's 4.
They really just have him average and everything.
Yeah. What's gifted? 4 is gifted. Like Nightcrawler's gifted, all right.
Yeah, Spider-Man must just lean on his Spidey sense too much to be considered a good combatant, I guess.
Oh, that's terrible.
All right, Wilson Fisk.
All right,
there's the comparison.
Strength of 3.
He's only human.
He is the strongest of humans.
4 is actually like 25 tons. So in Spider-Man, it used to be in the 10-ton range, which they do that secondary mutations and all kinds of wild shit nowadays to kind of scale their strengths and stuff more.
Have you guys seen the new Daredevil series? The second season?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So the boxing scene, it's like he could go against anybody. That's why 3 just seems low for me.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the height of human strength, right? Like that's his
right.
But
yeah,
he also has good fighting skills, I guess. Better than Spider-Man, of course.
Come on, Marvel. Do better. Hold on.
Come on, Marvel.
No. Who is it? Tom Brevoort. Whoever you are, you're a moron. Stop doing things, Marvel. Go play in DC where they don't know what they're doing with their characters half the time.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Go back to the Spider-Man storyline. There was one when I was doing my homework that I thought was absolutely... So at one point, Kraven thought he killed Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Kraven became Spider-Man, put on the suit and everything, went out there and was committing crimes as Spider-Man. And I guess they say Spider-Man's love for Mary Jane, he refused to die and he came back. Well, he confronted Kraven, and Kraven's like, okay, you can be Spider-Man again. And then he kills himself. It was very interesting, to say the least.
They did the similar thing with Ultimate Spider-Man, when Spider-Man's body was inhabited by Doc Ock, Octavius. That was interesting because he was driven to do some good things. He was being heroic, but he also had kind of the narcissistic, borderline sociopathic tendencies of Doc Ock.
Yeah.
To sometimes making him a little egotistical and a little more brutal. But that was a really cool storyline. I liked that one.
Doc Ock schmoozed Aunt May at one point.
Yeah.
They were an item.
Yep. That was what started her addiction to tentacle porn.
Oh my gosh, not Aunt May. Not Aunt May. You cut that out, you dastardly foe, you. I can't believe you would say such a thing about poor Aunt May.
Sorry.
Then Aunt May at one point dated this man named Nathan Lubsky, and they got engaged. And then the Vulture killed him. It was pretty quick. It was within a few comics that he died from a fatal heart attack. Like, poor Aunt May.
Yeah.
Lost Ben, hooked up with Doc Ock. The Vulture killed her next fiance.
For a while there, Doc Ock was kind of good to her, though.
Yeah,
he was genuinely enamored with her, which, I don't know, between her and Destiny, I don't know who was more of a crone. That's something they do. I'm really curious about if they're going to touch base with Destiny at all when they start doing these, introducing the X universe and the MCU, because she really has a role to play in a lot of things. I don't know, it's just different. But they have a tendency that all of the Marvel and MCU has a tendency to make older women in the comics wildly different. Like what's her name?
Madam Web.
Agatha.
Agatha too.
Yeah, Agatha was a very, very old lady, and then they de-aged Aunt May, which I really like. What's her name? So I still think she did a good job, but what the hell's her name?
In the Amazing Spider-Man?
Marissa Tomei.
That's it.
Yeah, Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, that's a young Aunt May right there.
Yeah. And I never
Peter Parker.
I never looked at Aunt May and been like, okay, Aunt May.
All right, you can talk about that, Aunt May. The other Aunt Mays, though, you watch it, you.
You watch it, you. So,
dog
I need to know about Miles Morales, because I've never watched the movie, and I absolutely know very, very little about him.
He's good.
I like Miles.
Yeah, and he's kind of mentored at times by the Peter Parker of his universe, who is kind of retired.
Yep.
He's kind of a drunkard. But Miles, I really like Miles.
Yeah.
Is there a universe where Peter Parker died and then Miles Morales took over? Or is that not what happened?
I thought he was just maybe he did die in that universe, and the Peter that kind of mentors him is another universe Peter. I can't remember.
That's what they do in the Spider-Verse. I'm not sure about the comics, but in the Spider-Verse, the original Peter Parker does die. He does, I believe, but then he finds the drunkard Peter from another dimension.
The drunkard Peter?
Yeah, I think.
The Tobey Maguire from the Venom movie.
I might be fucking this all up. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. But... No, I do like his power set's awesome. Like, he has electricity and stuff too. Like, he's got all the spider stuff plus. So
okay, yeah. Now is he is he a mutant then? Is that how do you get the electric stuff?
A disco spider.
Fair enough.
It was still a spider. I think it was just I don't know. It was like electrocuted or some shit. That one I'm a little less solid on. I do like him as like a design choice. Like, the design of the character is awesome. Watching his movesets is pretty sweet. I think he ends up getting the Venom symbiote at some point.
He has like a camouflage. He can kind of become blended. He's got all kinds of neat abilities.
So he's a half black, half Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really like Miles. He's a great character. Like, he's well written most of the time. He's got a very unique story. He's one of the usually when you got like a character that from a different universe that is like an alternative telling, it's cool, but then it kind of goes away. But Miles, I mean, they brought him. I think I'm pretty sure he's now on 616. I think they've imported him permanently over.
Now, who are his main villains? Does he have any of Peter Parker's villains, or has he got new villains?
He has versions of a lot of the classics.
Yeah, I would say Peter Parker's
Prowler. is his uncle, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The Prowler's always kind of been he's a criminal, but he's not a bad guy. He's kind of always been.
He's a good guy that does bad things. Sometimes.
Yeah, he's not a bad human, but yeah.
I would say the Prowler is one of his primary enemies. It also says the Tinkerer, Rabble, the Assessor, and Salem.
Okay, so none of Peter Parker's, because they're probably, if Peter Parker's retired, I'm assuming like the Rhino's going to be retired, or Shocker, the Scorpion.
Yeah.
I wonder if J. Jonah Jameson is retired.
Kingpin and the Green Goblin. So he does. It looks like he crossed into them a couple times too.
There was someone who was related to the Vulture as a girl. I think I cannot remember what her handle or her superhero name was, but she was. Remember he had a female Vulture thing, but
also a female octopus.
Oh, Valeria Toombs. She is Adrian Toombs' daughter.
There's a guy that I'd like to see done better in movies is Tombstone. I know it's jumping over the DC, but he's a great character.
Tombstone, yes. And I like that Michael Keaton he played the Vulture.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job.
Oh yeah. I like again, the Vulture is an old man in the comic.
Yeah.
He is, you're right. And he keeps trying to get young, isn't that right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's kind of searching for.
And
they did that a lot in the comics or the cartoons too.
Yes.
The Vulture's always such a wuss in the comics, though. I mean, I don't think he's ever been tough.
Tough man. Yeah. And I always liked Shocker. Shocker was a pretty cool guy. And then Electro. I guess I like the electric guys.
Yeah, Electro's, but even like Shocker, Electro, those guys were kind of like, they were almost like the Flash's menagerie of villains kind of thing. It was they're this guys that he beats up every so often, sends to jail for a while. Somehow they're magically back up hurting people.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was too.
Well, if pays a couple people to let him free or whatever, or whatever has to happen for the storyline.
Yeah. I love reading Alistair Smythe kept making Spider Slayers, and they kept getting destroyed, and he'd make more Spider Slayers, and they keep getting destroyed. Until he passed away, and then J. Jonah Jameson found someone else to make a Spider Slayer. I think her name was Marcy.
That's something that was kind of interesting is J. Jonah Jameson's son, he tried to incorporate him to be anti-Spider-Man, but they ended up being friends.
Is that Robert?
No, it's John, I think.
John, that's it.
Good name.
John. That's a very good name.
You should have saw me getting the scene set up for this podcast. I was like, get me pictures of Spider-Man. And I'm like cruising Google.
That's funny.
There's probably a lot.
There's tons of Spider-Man.
You guys know anything about Spider-Man 2099?
Oh, yeah.
I've never read those ones either.
That one's wild because it started off relatively normal, but then he got all vampiric.
Yeah, vampire future Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Vampire.
He's a vampire as well as
what's the story? Is he still Spider-Man, or did he get thrown into the future, or is that just 2099?
He's from the future. Yeah, most of the 2099 series were future versions of the heroes, not time displaced ones.
That's interesting because they'd be 100 years older. So they must have found a fountain of youth or something.
Yeah, and he was genetically altered, like he was experimented on. That's how his powers worked. But he has vampire like pill. He's not a vampire, but he's got extended fangs and light sensitivity and all that other stuff. He's very, very vampiric.
Retractable talons.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like the way he looks in 2099.
Oh yeah. In the comics, yeah. Yeah, I liked him. But I think that what's his name? Spider-Punk might be one of my favorite versions of Spider-Man too. Yeah. There's supposed to be a Spider-Punk thing coming out. I can't wait to see, but just this like British punk Spider-Man, freaking, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Get me anything punk rock, I'm down for it.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. Bitten by a spider, irradiated by illegally dumped toxic waste for Spider-Punk.
He's cool.
What would you say your favorite Spider-Man villain is?
Favorite Spider-Man villain?
Mine is Venom. I've always liked the Venom series. Venom.
The problem is Venom is. I have a hard time thinking of Venom as a bad guy anymore because he's kind of an anti-hero now.
But he is Spider-Man's villain.
No, they're in the comics. They're really not anymore. I mean, there's like
just made up a little.
But as far as like, I don't know. I've always looked at Venom more as like he was a villain to Spider-Man, even though like he wasn't like the worst villain. I don't know.
Well, the reason he was anti-Spider-Man was because Spider-Man rejected him.
Yeah.
They were symbiotically joined, and Spider-Man rejected him, so he was hurt. He was like a dejected companion, and so he was.
And didn't Eddie Brock lose his job too because of Peter Parker? So
yes, he did.
You have all these reasons to just not like a guy.
Yeah,
they took her germs.
I think probably like even though he's a little unsung, and don't judge him off of the movie, but I like Mysterio a lot. Mysterio was a cool character.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I don't know, Doc Ock was great.
Yeah.
I really like Doc Ock. I mean, there's a lot of them.
Speaking of Doc Ock, the character that played Doc Ock in the first Spider-Man, he plays on a show on Netflix called The Burrows, and it's made by the producers of Stranger Things. And I think you guys would like it. It seems like right up your alley.
I'll have to get into that.
The Green Goblin also is such a classic for Spider-Man.
I love,
especially like he's got the friendship with him and his day-to-day identity, and
he doesn't know who he is half the time.
I was on the edge of saying Doc Ock is my favorite, but the Mind Goblin is one of my favorites. The Mind Goblin.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, Mind Goblin, these nuts.
Oh!
No, but I do think probably I want to say Carnage. Carnage is one of my favorites. He's just dastardly villainous and completely psychopathic.
Yes.
The Spot.
Oh, yeah, Laura's favorite is the Spot. She loves the Spot.
Yeah. Well, let's go another angle. Let's say, what's your favorite ally of Spider-Man? I've always liked it. He had a relationship with the Black Cat at one point.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that storyline. It didn't last very long, but I like that storyline. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, he got rid of the Venom symbiote, but he still wore a black suit for a while. And that's when because the Black Cat liked it. So that was a fun pair.
I have to say, my favorite team-ups with Spider-Man, Deadpool.
Oh, yes.
Deadpool and Spider-Man, man. I'll tell you what, those two together, I love the wit. I love the banter. I love the, hey, don't kill them. It's great. It's great. I love Spider-Man and Deadpool together.
Who got the last word?
Yeah.
Neither of them shut up.
I like him a lot when he's working with the Fantastic Four as a group.
Yeah.
Like there was a what if where he joined them, and it was what if he joined the Fantastic Four, and they became the Fantastic Five with Spider-Man, which was kind of interesting. Wolverine, I actually like him. He teams up with Wolverine pretty frequently, which I hate to say Wolverine because I feel like he's the poster boy for Marvel anymore, but yeah.
They wrote him very well. I think that's why.
You know who I like him with is the Human Torch. Johnny and Peter are good friends, and I really like the two together. I like their banter. Yeah.
Hey, nerds, any other Spider-Man stuff? I think we probably could go on for 3 more hours.
Yeah, I mean, Spider-Man.
We'll not even touch it, but
he's been around for so long.
Yeah, I think we cut a lot of our favorites with him.
Yeah,
I think so too.
All right. Well, I think that's all on our favorite web slinger. Oh,
yeah. I'm excited for the next movie.
Me too.
I'm actually excited for Supergirl too. It's coming out in 2 weeks.
Looking forward to it.
26. I'm looking forward to that too. You ought also something neat is look up Spider Boy. It's during Amalgam Comics does a mashup of DC and Marvel characters a lot, and they had Spider Boy, which is Superboy and Spider-Man together. Costume's cool. It's a cool character.
Spider Boy.
Yeah, Amalgam Comics.
Well, this is a little sad, Seraph. This will be the last time you're in that room.
Yep,
for a
that's
podcast.
true. That's true. But moving on to great. Actually, this is a different room than I usually record in. I'm working on that other room, so I moved into the other room in my upstairs. Like the entire upstairs is just empty right now. So I'm doing construction in the other room. So I was like, yeah, well, construction's a little generous, but I'm doing some of that stuff you do before you sell a house. Cause we're selling the house and we're packing our things. I'm getting a little sack and attaching it to a string, and we're walking over to the great state of Ohio.
You got to hitchhike.
Leaving on a jet plane.
Yep. We're going to be in the Cleveland area. So any nerds
That's
out
gonna be
there,
great.
I'm going to be nearby, and it's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it.
You might be seeing us occasionally with the same background.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yep. We're going to have some good stuff.
I think it needs to happen.
It needs to happen. Absolutely.
I mean, Kyle's going to miss you.
Kyle is going to miss me.
We need the get drunk with the Nerd Pow Wow episode.
Oh, yeah.
Drink with the nerds.
Yeah, there we go.
Seems like every YouTube troupe of any kind has the episode where they're all just like, we're just doing it tonight.
Drinking episode. Yep, let's do it. Yeah. That sounds good, guys.
Right.
All right.
Pop a couple shots and then just talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, no different than any other week, huh?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a great powwow, and we will see you guys next week. Yeah, thanks for hopping on. Make sure you follow, subscribe, do all that stuff. Make sure you click the bell on YouTube and follow. Bing. All right, see you guys.
See ya. Bye, nerds.
Step aside and watch how my adoring fans flock to me.
We give our fellow